Hey guys, Daryl Dyke with Noble Mortgage and Investments. Thank you for joining me today. It is Monday, March 16th, and we are in the middle of this pandemic, and so I thought it would be a good idea to touch base with everybody and give you some ideas on what I think real estate investors should be doing right now. First of all, I hope all of you are very healthy and safe. I hope your families are safe. This is going to be a very trying time for all of us, but with every sort of danger or every sort of risk, there's always opportunity, and I'm a big believer in that. But I've been thinking about this all weekend, and just some things that I think people need to be doing, so I thought I would share my thoughts on it. So first of all, everything has changed now. Everything that we thought was going to be, we had plans for this year, is completely changed. So you need to get comfortable with that and have that part of your realization and your day-to-day lives right now. Everything from personally to business-wise to your children's schooling, all that has changed, so that means we need to change with it. So first of all, my first tip is stay positive. My company's been in business since 2003, and in 2008, 2009, when we went through the Great Recession, I'll be honest with you, I had a very difficult time staying positive. But now that I've gone through that, I know it's going to be fine on the other side. So I have a very positive mentality always, and I even more so right now. I'm very, very focused on keeping upbeat, keeping my team upbeat, and making sure that everybody has the tools that they need. So definitely stay positive and be patient. The market's going to slow down. If you're someone who flips houses, there's not a lot of people buying right now, let's be honest. Unless you absolutely have to move, nobody's going to be buying a house to live in as their primary residence. Investors might still be buying, I think they will, and I think they should, but people moving into a house is probably going to slow down, so you have to be patient right now and don't panic. Just let us go through this course. And by all professionals out there, they're saying this is going to be a 60 to 90 day deal. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better, but I think we'll be okay by summertime. My number 2 tip is communicate. Everybody needs to be highly communicative right now. And not just with your families, but if you're a landlord, you have to communicate with your tenants. See if your tenants are still working. Did they lose their jobs? You need to communicate with them. If you're a flipper, if you're fixing houses, communicate with your contractors. What's their plan? Are they still working right now? Do they have to stay at home because their kids are not in school? So communicate with your vendors and also, of course, your lenders. Me as owning a mortgage company, when I came in this morning, I had a meeting with my team. I said, let's call everybody. Let's call everybody to see how they're doing. Tell them what our plan is. We're preparing here at Noble Mortgage to work remotely. We're going to go 100% remotely at some point. I anticipate that's going to be the rule of law at some point in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm preparing for that just in case, because I want to still be able to run my business and make sure my investors can get the money that they need to continue their projects. Number 3, if you need money right now, if you need any sort of loan right now, I don't care if it's a car loan, a personal loan, you need to refinance your house to get a lower rate, which, by the way, the rates are ridiculously low. As you know, the Fed lowered their Fed funds rate to almost 0. So the rates are really low. If you need any sort of loan right now, if you need to pull cash out of a property, now is the time to do it, because the banks are going to tighten their lending guidelines really soon, if they haven't already. So that's going to happen. So right now it's still pretty loose. So if you need a loan, I would recommend you get it now. If you have any properties that are sitting on dead equity, you have a property that's paid for, there's going to be a huge buying opportunity here in the next coming months, I believe. So if you have money just sitting in a house, I would pull that money out now while the rates are really low and while the lenders are still being pretty aggressive for these types of loans. And then when a deal does come across your desk, you're ready to move quickly. Number 4, tie up any loose ends. Okay, if you have a property that's almost done, get it done. If you have a property that's not quite rented yet and you have a few contracts that are out there that you're trying to figure out which one's better, tie them up. Get everything done you need to do right now while we're still able to move around and leave our houses and do the work that we need to do to run our businesses. So tie up any loose ends you need to do right now, whether it's financially or personally. Number 5, and this is a big one for my real estate investors that do this full time, is cut expenses. Any unnecessary expenses right now, I would highly recommend that you cut those. We don't know what's going to happen. We have the stock market taking a beating right now. Oil is at $30 a barrel. Businesses are going to be closing over this. You can't these small businesses can't take a 60-day lockdown and not be affected by it. So you have to assume that unemployment is going to go up and so forth. So cut any necessary expenses. The flipping market might slow down a little bit for a little while everybody kind of adjusts and we get through this coronavirus that's hitting us right now. Like I said, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So I would cut any expenses that you can that are not absolutely pertinent to run your business. And then finally, my last one is to keep marketing. If you're a full-time real estate investor, there's no time to put the brakes on anything. You should always keep marketing your business. I can tell you here at Noble Mortgage, We're going to continue to market. We're changing how we market. Normally we have a basics and breakfast where we have people in a room and we educate and so forth. Well, we've postponed all those until this coronavirus passes, but we're still going to be doing webinars. We're going to be doing Facebook Lives and things like that, but we're always going to continue to market our business because I know it's going to be fine on the other side. Like I said, after going through 2008, 2009, some of the mistakes I made then were to kind of slow down my marketing and put everything on hold. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm going forward. I'm running my business, and I think everybody else should do the same. Anyway, we're going to try to keep these Facebook Live videos coming to you on a weekly basis. I'm also going to be hosting a webinar with Matt Trenchard from Senate House Buyers to discuss the market and what to expect in the coming months. So until then, God bless everybody, and I hope you're safe and sound.